Afghanistan?
No.
Okay.
I've got Ukraine.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Joe.
I wondered if you had any reaction to the announcement today by the new President Poroshenko to set up humanitarian corridors in the east, and whether you think this is going to be helpful in bringing an end to the fighting in that part of the country.
Well, as you heard President Poroshenko say, I believe in his announcement, their goal here is to explore options to remove civilians from harm's way as it continues to maintain the safety of its citizens as its top priority. And we are encouraging them with this or any other related effort to work closely with the UN High Commissioner for Refugees and other international organizations to plan for any internally displaced persons and how to address that, but certainly we support their effort to protect their citizens.
Do you believe this is a prelude to an even tougher response by the Ukrainian armed forces against the separatists?
Well, as you've seen, even overnight, armed separatists are increasingly have increasingly attacked Ukrainian security personnel. Shouldn't say increasingly. I should say there's still ongoing attacks against Ukrainian security personnel overnight in Luhansk and Kramatorsk. And we've long felt, and this is a message the Secretary conveyed to President Poroshenko last week, that the Ukrainian government has every right to take steps to promote calm and stability on the ground. Now, as you know, there have been discussions between the parties, between President Poroshenko and President Putin, and that was encouraging. But there's more that the Russians need to do. More actions they need to take to follow up their commitments, and in the meantime, the Ukrainians have a responsibility to maintain law and order in their own country.
So this could be a prelude to a further intensification of the Ukrainian government's efforts to defend its country.
Well, I certainly don't want to predict that, and that's not our hope, and I don't think that's their hope. But again, they're dealing with a range of armed separatists on the ground who are posing a threat to the safety and security of their own people, and they have every right to maintain law and order on the ground.
And when you were saying that you are urging them to work with the UNHCR, do you have any figures on the number of people they might be thinking of moving?
I don't have that. Obviously, this announcement was just made today. I'd refer you to them for any more specifics on that.
What kind of action should the Russians take? I mean, you said they should take more action to ensure the stability of Ukraine.
Well, I would say, Saeed, that in addition to engaging directly with the Ukrainians, which has only just begun, and there's more that needs to be happen, President Putin stated, I think, over the last couple of days that he will take action to secure the border between Russia and Ukraine more effectively to prevent the flow of armed fighters and weapons. And we haven't seen steps taken to address that. That's an incredibly important component of what's happening on the ground, and one that has raised a great deal of concern.
But you also like to see some diplomatic gestures, such as
I mentioned direct engagement. That was the first thing I stated. More in Ukraine? Yeah. Okay. Go